As long as we come on air every evening, the whole world must listen. As long as we preach this very gospel, Chukwu Okike Abiama must be with us. Therefore, without any further hesitation, we must proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiama who resided in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, Nna nke bi n'eluigwe, ka aha gị dị nsọ, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee. All over this very planet that you created, they are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained, that this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have spilled, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, O Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day. Chukwu Abiama believe we're whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth, Chukwu Okike Abiama, to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. Ahadin sosine bigebi rone bigebi. He said. It's
young flight on the beats.
The silver-jacket body with Biafra come. Umokoko, mad people everywhere. What you don't know is bigger than you. 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 Hey, he dey pay me, oh gaga. He dey pay me, oh gaga. He dey pay me, oh gaga. This your G, he dey pay me, oh gaga. The worst thing you can do to a black man is to tell the black man the truth. The worst thing you can do to a black man is to tell the black man the truth. He dey pay me, oh gaga. Mama, he dey pay me, oh gaga. In this OG, he dey pay me, oh gaga. Sabotu as he dey pay me, oh for you. Obi daddy, obi them fools everywhere. Obi daddy, obi them fools everywhere. Obi daddy, obi them fools everywhere. When we talk about our freedom, do not go the fence. When we talk about our freedom, they go the fence. When we talk about our freedom, they go the fence. Yeah, he dey pay me, oh gaga. Mama, he dey pay me, oh gaga. In this OG, he dey pay me, oh gaga. Sabotu as he dey pay me, oh gaga. Yeah, Biafra voice 247. Love you, we love you, everything me blood brother man, you know. We go Chris. Chiamaka, Ogarov, Rastaman of God. Love you. Yeah. Biafra, you know. Ikuku. Bad guy, you know. Water master. Love you. Akashi haba go home. Hage chala weze rembiri. All them enemies of Biafra. Mad people everywhere. You are living in darkness, suffering and smiling. When we talk about our freedom, not go the face. You are living in darkness, suffering and smiling. When we talk about our freedom, we not go the face. Yeah. He dey pay me, oh, for you. He dey pay me, oh, gaga. he dey pay me, oh, gaga. I don't know what's wrong with the reasoning ability of a black man. My God. Simon Ekpa, maximum respect. He dey pay me, oh, for you. He dey pay me, oh, gaga. Africans, he dey pay me, oh, gaga. This your G, he dey pay me, oh, gaga.
Makana wapana kamado Muna kujukwenanya Lekwa mnirirure Ogesi makasunano Ogatika by your life Before the end time sorry Ndibo tu inusi Agwawati matiano di Eburisi yana tesu Jiri ebego makwese Makano panuboko Opa tichiria, abona bosondo yamu, ona yeku chipena kana. Asi mabura kuno mare, ya buru biaru, na mogara pala namu, sorondi bozo. Opa do maketo, money is not everything. Let's fight for our freedom. Our freedom is right. Papa Mubarak see. Na Biafra balamu, iya buna nemene, kambu paraya no. Makano jife wata winyakaye, akalobe ilo neseya. Oye wife wapara nifeya, nkabu panuko. Biafra is
Makanoji fe nwata wili akelu akalobe ilo odesaya because nagini melo Biafra is our pride. Let's just fight for our freedom because our freedom is our pride. Let's continue. Welcome you all, my wonderful people of Biafra, to this very live presentation. We are live and direct. As we continue with this piece of music from a young Biafran, because this very evening we have come to laugh at the crying babies. Sabotu asinine biko wepake nweno fe tubo raka mmado because onu ncha ya fuju anya or dika ọ na-eme onu ugbu a. Once you are here, endeavor to welcome every other Biafrans. Tell them that we are live and direct today, 2nd December 2024. We are live and direct, and the time right now is exactly 30 minutes past 9 p.m. in the land of Chukwokika, Biama. Let us continue, my wonderful Biafrans, as we meditate for the restoration of the sovereign state of Biafra. Sorry for that, for the restoration of the United States of Biafra. We all know how it is going right now in Finland. The Biafra Republic government in exile, making the Biafrans all over the world proud in the highest level. Makana wapana kamado Muna kujukwenanya Lekwa mnirirure Ogesi makasunano Ogatika by your life Before the end time sorry Ndibo tu inusi Agwawati matiano di Eburisi yana tesu Jiri ebego makwese Makano panuboko Opa tichiria, abona bosondo yamu, ona yeku chipena kana. Asi mabura kuno mare, ya buru biaru, na mogara pala namu, sorondi bozo. Opa do maketo,
Money is not everything. Let's fight for our freedom. For our freedom is our right. Papa Mubaram see. Na Biafra balamu. Iyabuna nemene. Kambu paraya no. Makano jife mata winyakaye. Akalobe ilo neseya. Oye wife wapara nifeya. Nkabu paruko. Biafra is my land. Biafra, I must go back to our land. And the one who took off the day. If I would come here 4 years ago, Gonna talk in mayor, Bongo Roger Kahana. But yes, no government, Western Natural One Nigeria. Yabiko Solo Gausala, Gausa, can you measure one neighbor? But an open Gausa, as a good governor he is, not that it's a Panja was of woman.
Ogini Makani Hinolu Nugwa as a good governor that he is. No, ya Chitakwandi also Fuma, go and tell those that claim to be the governors within Biafra territory serving under the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. Go and tell them, Mobuni Sinibu a good governor. Kwalungongoge Labugwa Wosa, because Obuni Luonu Gwawosa. Eya Chitakwandi also Fuma, Aya Bapi also without further hesitation. My wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are highly welcome to this very live presentation. The time right now is 17 minutes past 9 p.m. So wherever you are joining me from, it is 17 minutes top of the hour, irrespective of your, of course, location and your time zone. So this is your live presentation reaching you all the way from the studio of Biafra Unite channel / television. And the voice you are hearing right now is none other than that of Denanwa from Biafra Unite. We are live and direct, and I want to assure you that Chukwu Kikabi Amabine Ligwe is bearing us witness as it is right now. As we move with speed, it is happening live and direct. Live and direct in Finland. They thought that the arrest of the Prime Minister of the BLGIE is going to stop the coming of Biafra. Little did they know that those behind the scenes are even wiser, braver, faster than the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. Little did they know that those behind the scenes are wiser than the Zoological Republic. They are braver, I don't know if there's anything like that, than the zoo called Nigeria. Little did they know. But we have come to let them know this evening. Like as I said before, it is a live presentation. If you haven't, of course, joined what we are doing or what the Biafra Republic government is doing, I do not know what you are waiting for, because as you can see, it is happening all over Biafra land. It is called mass exodus. Mass exodus. Mass exodus. The time the Prime Minister of the BLGIE made mention of that very word, mass exodus. I literally told you that even the PM himself did not really understand the full weight, not the meaning. Of course, he knows the meaning, but he did not understand. Sorry, the full weight of that very word. The day I talked about it, I said, do you know what it takes? You go to the street of London one day like this, and I don't know Biafra, and I go in the street of London. Biafrans have left. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. In the street of New York, in the street of Washington, D.C., in the street of Texas, United States of America. You go to the streets of Bayern, Bremen, and all the cities of the world. You go to the street of Johannesburg, South Africa. In the streets of Johannesburg, South Africa. And I agree that Biafrans have left. Do you know the vacuum? Do you know the scantiness? What is going to be the scantiness, the position, the situation of these cities? Do you know what is going to be the situation of these cities that I've just mentioned? By the time you hear that Biafrans have left, Biafrans are the most populous people in the name of Nigerians in the diaspora. I said in the name of Nigerians. Anywhere you see, they say Nigerians are populated. In the streets of abroad, go there and look very well. Biafrans are more populated. Maybe 50% more than every other tribe in the zoo. Maybe Biafrans have 50% of all the so-called Nigerians in that city. And then the remaining 50% will be shared across other tribes in the zoo. I said that my PM does not really understand the full weight, the full capacity of that word. I asked him, did you know, or you said it the way the Spirit directed you? And he laughed. He actually laughed. Of course, those of you who are following would know the answer that he gave me. All right, let us continue, and it's happening in the full gear. We are now, accelerating in full gear. We are accelerating in full gear. And as you can see, the zoo is in shambles. Obanje Abagondi Zoo. As I'm talking to you, I have videos to show you. We are going to analyze some videos. We are going to analyze some few things. And you will also know, you should know that in Biafra land today, everywhere was under lock and key. Everywhere. Today be December 2nd. The most anticipated day in the history of the Biafran people. And the most anticipated day in December all around the globe. Not even 25th of December. Today was the most anticipated day in the month of December all over the world. And in the lives and in the midst of Biafran people, today was the most anticipated day in their history. My people, it don't happen. I don't want to talk too much. Let me first of all begin to bring, of course, some of the updates and the videos that we have this evening. I'm going to open the microphone, or I will share the link of this very broadcast, so that those of you Biafrans who are feeling the same way that I'm feeling right now as I'm making this very live presentation will come in here and, of course, speak to Biafrans, speak to Ndi Dindo, Umuife. Umuife. The zoo is in shambles. 1 minute. If you haven't liked and shared the broadcast, please, I don't know what you're waiting for. Endeavor to welcome others to come and join us. We know we have come a bit late. But it doesn't deter us. Just a minute. So many things are going on, my people. A lot of things are happening. The zoo is in shambles. Everywhere na bagaragara. I have some video clips. But before then, let me first of all show us. I want to begin to share the information from our own people, our Biafran people. I'm talking about the zoo one Nigerianist from Biafra land. Right? So I will begin from them. I'll begin with them, and then we will, of course, move to one Nigerianist from other part of the Zoological Republic. They are panicking, I'm telling you. And in Abagaragara, the topic all over the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, as I'm speaking to you right now, is all about Biafra. If you are not talking about Biafra, you are lacking behind. In fact, nobody will listen to your news. That is how significant it is. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Ọkalịkwa nke mana ọbụzi okwu asị akụrụ mmiri mana ọka na-esi ekwu okwu na-efe m alụ okwukwu ọkalịa nke a na-ekwu ọbụla okwu asị akụrụ mmiri. Everywhere is quaking. They may come and they say, they are. In fact, I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to begin the analysis even before showing you the news, right? Because I'm faster than than this schedule. So let us read maybe we can read the headline and 1 or 2 or 3 paragraphs from this very development, and then we'll move to another one, because of course we are never lack of updates. They said from Daily Post Nigeria, Biafra declaration, you bear consequences. Compound. Biafra declaration, they provoked him, the moment the news of our PM's arrest by the Finnish authority was broken, they all went into celebration mode. They all went into celebration mode, all of them. Both the one Nigerianist of Biafra extraction and one Nigerianist of the zoo entirely, they all went into celebration mode. The same way, the same time. The same way they went into celebration mode when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted from Kenya and extraordinarily rendition to the zoo. The same way, the same pattern. No, nothing changed. The only thing that changed was that those one Nigerianists from Biafra extraction, including those who were camouflaging, both those who were hiding and deceiving themselves, inside them they were one Nigerianist, but outside them they were for Biafrans, the likes of if Ajuna, a Jofo that sold his own client and pretended that he never knew that he was brought to court until he claimed to have heard the news from the Zoo media. The same thing that happened to the criminals that claimed to be DOS and their Iraq warriors, the same way they celebrated in secret when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted and renditioned, is the same way they celebrated in the open when the news of Mazi Simon Ekpa was broken. Ask me, how did you know? Yes, I know. Because ndị Igbo si na na-esi n'ikpofu a na-esi n'isi arọ wee mara ụtọ nsị. Ọ bụ na ị bụ onye Igbo na-amụrụ gị n'ala Igbo, ị aghọta ife m na-ekwu. Na-esi n'isi arọ wee mara ụtọ nsị. You can never ever separate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. It is impossible to celebrate the two persons. Because if you tell me that Mazi Simon Ekpa is in armed struggle and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a peaceful agitator, I will ask you, what was ESN formed for? You know? The truth of the matter is that fighting for your freedom is never against the law in both both local laws and international laws. It is never against the law. But remember that those that you are fighting, you must remember this, right? Those that you are fighting, those people, the direct enemies will always tag you a terrorist. They will always call you all manner of names. They will always bring false and fake, news and evidences against you. False, allegations and fake evidences against you. Because just call one person, only one person. Just mention one person that fought for freedom or that has fought for freedom of their people without that person being tagged a terrorist or a criminal by the people that he's fighting, including some of the people that he's fighting for. Just mention one. I need one person, only one. If you give me one person that has fought for his and his people's and the freedom of his people without being tagged a terrorist, including his own people that he's fighting for, those who are benefiting from the people that he's fighting, from the government that he's fighting, from the powers that be. Tell me one person that has never gone to prison or tagged a terrorist. I just want to know one. If you mention one for me, I will never ever in my whole life talk about Biafra again. I said one. I did not. I don't want you to stress yourself too much. I just need only one person that has fought for freedom of his land and succeeded without being to prison or being tagged a terrorist. Just one person. All of them will never come with the answer. All. I said all of them, bar none. What is this person writing? All right, let's continue. No person, not even one person. Nelson Mandela in Africa today is number one. Somebody said Nnamdi Azikiwe because you don't know history. You wrote Nnamdi Azikiwe because you do not know history. Because they don't teach you history here in the zoo. And the zoo education is nothing but rubbish. I will show you a typical example of zoo education today in this same broadcast by the time I'll start playing videos. I'm going to show you the typical example of what Nigerian education system can do to a human being located within this geographical entity. Because you study in the zoo, you don't know your own history. Nnamdi Azikiwe, where you talked about, was once arrested. Was once arrested and thrown in the prison. And moreover, on top of that, the freedom that these people fought, the freedom that they fought for, was fake. Was fake. Even the first name that I mentioned, Nelson Mandela, the freedom that they all fought for under the structure of Britain and France in Africa are all fake freedom. In as much as those structures are still on existence today, after getting this freedom, these men that we all thought that are highly placed, but they are truly deluded. We thought they were doing good for Africa or Africans. We didn't know until today that they were all deluded. Because if they were with their right sense of mind, with their right senses, after getting or gaining that freedom from the British, they would have known that the best way is to destroy the structure of the British or French in Africa, which is the dissolution of those entities that they created. That is the reason why today nothing is working in Africa, because what the British did was to remove themselves and put their puppets, those who will, who will stand as caretakers to, to caretake their structures, what they have created in Africa. Now, let us continue. I don't want to waste time because I have more videos to show you. They said, Biafra declaration, you will bear consequences. Compound Ekpa's woes. Ohanaeze cautions promoters. Now, let me take this again. I'm beginning to understand some. I'm going to analyze this title from a different direction or dimension. They said, Biafra declaration, you will bear consequences. Compound Ekpa's woes. Ohanaeze cautions promoters. Do you understand it? I want you to pick. Let me show you. Obia. Ngwagenti umunnem. Compound Ekpa's woes. Are you feeling what I'm feeling? Are you feeling what I'm feeling? Compound Ekpa's woes. Before I talk, can somebody tell me what you're feeling? Are you feeling anything? What are you feeling with only that play that I've highlighted? What are you feeling now? Can you just use 1 second to tell me what you're feeling before I will talk? Because this is very, very significant. Remember, we just declared Biafra. And now, Ohanaeze Ndigbo has come to tell us that this Biafra that we have redeclared will compound Ekpa's woes. Let me explain it to you. Compounding Ekpa's woes in simple terms means adding more problem to his own problem or to his ongoing, predicament. In case you don't understand what they meant here. Compounding Ekpa's woes, according to Ohanaeze Ndigbo criminals. Meaning, they are telling us for redeclaring Biafra, we will add salt to the wounds of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Do you know how this thing plays? Do you know where this thing has happened before? When Mazi Simon Ekpa came, let me take you back. I tell you, I reason my thing from different angles. I don't know, I'm sorry. I am not boasting, but that is how God made it. When I see something, another thing will come on my mind. Something that is secretly planned about that thing will first of all jump into my head, which nobody is even thinking of, apart from those that are cooking it. When they tell you, for you to declare or redeclare Biafra, you will bear consequences. First of all, they are pushing the spirit of fear on us, all of us, including you listening, including you who are going to participate heavily moving forward in financially supporting the full-time defense of Biafra land. That is the first. They want to push the spirit of fear in you. That's why it is very, very necessary that I bring this today and talk about it, though it happened today. No, not today, sorry. A couple of days ago, 2 days ago. So that's why it is very, very necessary that I come to, put this to bed. That is number one thing they try to achieve. Putting fear in you. The second one, they say, compound Ekpa's woes. This is the same thing they told the same Ekpa they are talking about now. Now, let me tell you why I said I'm going to come from a different direction, which those who are cooking this will be shaking if they are listening to me now, because nobody has ever thought of it. Compounding Ekpa's woes is the same thing they told Ekpa himself. You are compounding the woes of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They say you are the cause, you are the reason why the federal government of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, has not released Nnamdi Kanu. They told it straight, face to face to Simon Ekpa. Are you getting it? These are the problems. These are the one Nigerianists. These are the people who are shaking that the criminal entity that has enabled all their criminal activities is about to be dismantled. They don't know how they are going to continue with their criminality under one almighty Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. They are shaking. They are employing every means, every tactics to make sure that Biafra or the zoo at large is not finally disintegrated. You understand? They told Mazi Simon Ekpa, the PM, you are the reason why the federal government of the zoo has not released Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And today they are telling you and I that we are compounding the same Simon Ekpa that they fought. They have been fighting till now. We are the ones now compounding his woes for going ahead to declare Biafra. Wahala day. The zoo is in shambles. By the time I begin to play you their videos and begin to analyze it this evening, you will be in shock of what is actually going on in the Zoological Republic. Now, I will have time to go ahead to read in details. Apex Igbo Sociocultural Organization, Ohanaeze Ndigbo, has expressed concern over the rumored planned declaration of Biafra. Rumored. Chai, Owadego. 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 Hey, there is nothing you cannot see in the zoo. There is nothing you can see in the zoo. Can imagine a newspaper, news platform like Daily Post is telling you over the rumored planned declaration of Biafra. And this news was, released or published on the 30th of October. November, I mean. 2 days ago. Rumored, planned. Yeah, but I can't help them on this one. I can't help them on this one. I'm sorry. Now, they said, Ohanaeze said it compelled to issue a warning in the light of the recent developments concerning the misguided declarations surrounding the so-called Biafra independence scheduled for December 2nd, 2024. The body stated that the actions being propagated by the 10 Simon Ekpa and his dissidents have perpetuated a cycle of violence, fear, and socio-economic degradation that has devastated the southeastern region of Nigeria. This was contained in a statement issued on Friday by Ohanaeze's factional Secretary General Okechukwu Isiguzoro. According to the statement, over the past 3 years, okay, fine, since this is from Okechukwu Isiguzoro, I have some videos of Okechukwu Isiguzoro, which is not also planned to be played and analyzed during this very live presentation. Right? So therefore, for the fact that, because I'm reading it in full text right now with all of us listening and watching together, I have only read the headline, previously, and then decided to, of course, analyze it this night. But since it is Okechukwu Isiguzoro of all people, I have his videos, about 2 or 3 videos of Okechukwu Isiguzoro that I have already prepared few weeks ago, but I've never had opportunity or chance to speak about it. So because of that, I am happy for this. I will have to, suspend this analysis right now and move into the other videos that I have already prepared for this very night broadcast. So therefore, Okechukwu Isiguzoro will hear from us moving forward. Let all of us just keep our eyes glued on our television. Once we come live, we will do justice to this. Now, let us go back to, of course, before showing you the men video that made me come here. Let us, of course, see that, yes, that Biafrans really sat at home today, and everywhere in Biafra land was completely under lock and key. It is very important to show Biafrans that, yes, no be fake for those who are thinking that, hey, Jidego Mazi Simon Ekpa, therefore Biafra is gone. They forgot that many of them, or if not all of them, said the same thing when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in the year 2021. And here we are today. That Okechukwu Isiguzoro, we are going to do justice to him either tomorrow or next. Please, once you are here, endeavor to like and share the broadcast. Very important. Very important. I want Biafrans to gather here. I want everybody to know that we are live this very moment. It is very important, because nekwi feneme. Now, let us first of all see how Biafrans have respected today that has gone down the history of our lives and our land, to make sure that the entire Biafra land is under lock and key.
This second day of December 2024, Eva Busy Road of Area Stroke Shopping Center, which always very trafficked every moment, is empty. Sit at home here is speaking loud on every side. I want to thank God for what the Biafra government is doing. Also, I want to thank God for what government in exile is doing. Well, it's under the office of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, a great guy. Everybody should be informed that we are free now to return to defend our territory. We are winning. Nigeria is gone. This is Atumi speaking loud.
Remember that the Prime Minister of BLGIE is inside. No, Nime, Eji for now. Ojiji eji ya bụrụ na ọka ejide ya tụọ ya nga because no nwere any lawyer atụnwu ya nga n'ụwa niile. Ojiji eji ya bụ to question him, to clarify to the government of Finland, and as he is clarifying to the government of Finland of what he's doing, he is also clarifying to the whole world at large of what he's doing and the need for him to defend his rights and the lives of his own people, the Biafran people, especially those who are here in the homeland. Now, let's continue. As they said, this is the second Monday after the arrest of the Prime Minister. Yet, sit at home is still skyrocketing. Who is the what? The declare, is it declaring or ordering? Who is ordering this one? And who is enforcing it? I want the zoo gutter media, the zoo idiotic, useless media to come on air tomorrow and clear me who is ordering and enforcing this one we are watching. This is live and direct.
Muslim Khan must be released, the great leader of our time. It must be released. Oil and water can never mix. Biafra and Nigeria will never be one again. In life now and life to come.
We have never been one before.
Philistines shut down on the evolution. Philistines shut down. Shut down the evolution. Shut down on the evolution. Every road are empty. Today sit at home. It's also. If you see this message to saw everywhere, share it and let the world know that Biafra government exile in control of their own territory. This global news were reported from the center of the world, Aba State, precisely Aba State, under USB, under United States of Biafra. We are going. We have declared and redeclared our republic, and we are free. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Aba people. In Yimba City, Ikene. God bless you, everybody. And let it be.
Who is enforcing this and who is declaring it? Mazi Simon Ekpa does not have access to the social media
of December
as it stands right now. Mazi Simon Ekpa
this
does not have access to the
2024
social media, even to his own phone. Did you get that? Even to his own phone.
2nd of December 2024. It's awesome. The Biafran Republic government that have declared Biafra and redeclared it. We're going home already. This is United States of Biafra, USB. It's awesome. Today, sit at home is going on continuously until Namakan is released. The great guy, the men and women of the land are keeping home, sitting down at home on every side, show to prove that Biafra government control the territory.
This is to let the whole world know that what we are doing is not actually against any civilian in Biafra land. It is not against any tribe in the entire Nigeria. Neither is it against those who do not even believe in our ideology. I want you to pay very good attention as you are listening to me right now. It has absolutely nothing to do with citizens, individuals, civilians within the Biafra territory, and it has nothing to do with any tribe in Nigeria or even those that do not share the same vision with us. Yes, What we are doing, if you are talking about sit at home, it is strictly for the demand of the release, unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra that was kidnapped in Kenya by the Nigerian government and extraordinarily rendition to Nigeria to answer a crime that he never committed. Right? Trumped up charges. Since year 2021 to today, Nigerian government has never have never built up any capacity to bring evidences of whatever charges they leveled against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Till today, they're not even ashamed of themselves. Till today, they have never brought any evidence to convict him. They are holding him illegally, even after the court of competent jurisdiction, in fact, the second highest court in the entire Nigeria, which is known as, of course, Court of Appeal, had already discharged him and told the government to compensate him for the way and manner that he was treated and brought back to Nigeria. Yet, till today, they are still holding him out of the constitution and out of the, of course, the laws of the land. So strictly, the number one reason why you see this lockdown still ongoing today, voluntarily by the Biafran people, show me any video. I made a request last time I was on live broadcast. Till today, nobody has been able to do anything about it. Show me any video where anybody is enforcing sit at home since the Prime Minister of BLGIE was arrested by the Finnish government. Show me one video. I even said that day, don't go concoct any video outside after that my broadcast. I said it, and they have not been able to even concoct a video to show they are all listening. And today I'm saying it again. If you show me any video from tomorrow, it is fake. It's because you must have listened to my broadcast. Because as I'm speaking to you right now, we are going to 1,700 people watching only on one platform. So by the time we are done with this broadcast, come back here tomorrow, you will see how many Biafrans and lovers of freedom, including the one Nigerianist, that must have watched and listened to this broadcast. So no chance for you to go and concoct any video. If you do that, I will copy this place that I'm talking about, that I'm talking right now, put it together and post it for the whole world to see. So you can't concoct any video moving forward. All the videos you have been sharing are the videos that all of you, one Nigerianist and the zoo government and their security agents, did and videoed it in order to show to the whole world that look at what they are doing. You are the one that did it. You lot did it. You did it. Now let us continue. But unfortunately to them, we know what they know, and we even know what they don't know. We know what they don't know. All right, let us continue. Just like as I told you that I've got some couple of videos to show you moving forward. Of course, I don't have to show you what happened in Finland, because everything that has been happening in Finland have all been, of course, recorded and broadcasted live. So we don't have to go there and start, analyzing or talking about it. You have all seen how it all went down in Finland.
Happy Independence Day, Biafrans. Today is 2nd of December 2024. The 2 days lockdown update here in Odumegwu State. Odumegwu State, Biafra land. As you can see, all shop here is under lock and key.
This is Odumegwu State.
For the declaration of the restoration of Biafra Independence Convention going on in Lahti, Finland.
Odumegwu State.
As you can see, All Biafrans are sitting.
They did not lock shop for Ifeanyi Ubah. Remember, they did not lock shop for Ifeanyi Ubah. But in Odumegwu State, we are sitting at home demanding the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But they did not lock any shop for Ifeanyi Ubah.
At home
G-Legi Gwezegono.
in solidarity for their freedom. This is Odumegwu State, Biafra land today. Everywhere is under lock and key. All institution is shut down.
Who is enforcing it? Who is enforcing it? Who is enforcing it? Can anybody give me the answer? Who is actually enforcing this at home? And this is video, not Photoshop. This is video. Today, 2nd of December 2024. According to what is written, is it inscription or description? According to what is written on the screen, it says Happy Biafra Independence Day. Right? That is the description. And the zoo cannot come out today without shame to tell us who is enforcing
Happy
or
Biafra
declaring this. Let's continue watching.
Independence Day, Biafrans. Today is 2nd of December 2024 here at Nkonewi, Odumegwu State, Biafra land. As you can see, all plants are here still remain under lock and key for the declaration of restoration of the independence Biafra Convention in Laiti, Finland.
Shame to zoo. Shame
This
on
is
the zoo
Biafra
government.
in their solidarity protest and the jubilation for their final freedom.
Sit at home continues. No question about that. You all can see Odumegwu State. And of course, all parts of the present day Nnewi, which is of course the second most important city in the entire old and defunct Anambra State. Don't talk about Awka. Awka is, of course, the administration town, but don't tell me anything about Awka. Nnewi is the second most important city in the old and defunct Anambra State, outside Onitsha. It's in Nnewi, where money that they are taking to Awka is being generated. It is under shutdown. Today, the most significant day in the history of the Biafran people. 2nd of December, 2024. Now, let me see if I can show you more videos from the Homeland, the updates. And after that, we will now go into the videos from one Nigerian East. The videos from one Nigerian East is appalling, and you can never afford to miss this. We are going to, I had a vam this night. I'm telling you.
My candidates in the maka ndị si n'ọdị eme na-ekworo amechara ya Biafra flag flying very high. I was very happy when I saw this thing.
The Biafran flag is flying very high in a roundabout. It is no longer in secret.
Wow. 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 Maka ndị si n'ọdị eme na-ekworo amechara ya Biafra flag flying very high. I was very happy when I saw this thing. Wow.
In the roundabout.
Wow. Wow. Maka ndị si n'ọdị eme
in the roundabout. No longer in secret. Because let me give you an example, my people. In case you don't know, I want to give you an example. If you give birth to a child, and every single day, you are beating up that child, whether he did something or not, you are beating that child. Let me tell you, one day is going to embolden that very child. That very child will be emboldened to the extent that he will no longer fear your cane or wiping any longer. First of all, he knows that he is not always committing any offense for you to start beating him up. One day he will overcome it and he will put up resistance. The skin will become very, very thick. Let's continue.
Good morning. My name is Ojukwu. Not but to I'm.
Now let us continue.
Good morning.
I want to see.
My name is Ojukwu.
Excuse me.
Not but to I'm.
I want to see if there are, if I can show you more videos from today's update from Homeland, from the land of Chukwokikabiama before we proceed. There are lots of videos. Okay, including videos with Biafran flag. What I'm going to do right now is, because of time, there are so many videos, which of course you would like to see, both videos of Sit at Home today and of course the video of Biafran flag flying. I'm seeing something else. Something very, very laughable. I'm going to show you this video later. I will show you this video later. So before then, let us, of course, let us go into one Nigerianese video. Please hold yourself. Hold yourself, because Nkana Sona, the main reason why we came to this very live broadcast this evening. Hold yourself, my people. A lot of things are going on, and we are here to debunk the ones we can debunk, laugh at the ones we can laugh at, and of course, analyze the ones that we can analyze in order to put them to shame. Right? That is the reason why we are here. So pay attention, Munnem. Kaibulia here. Kaibulia here. I will try my possible best not to waste time on this one, because I would like to welcome some few Biafrans to the studio to, of course, make their contribution. Now, let us hear them. Let us listen to intellectuals, those that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu looked at and called them intellectuals. It is a historic word. He looked at them and called them, labeled them intellectuals. Until today, they keep on proving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu right. Till today, as I'm talking to you, till today, for the past how many years that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu looked at them and called them intellectuals. Till today, they are still proving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu right 100% each and every single day.
The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has dissociated itself from a purported declaration of the Biafra Republic by a Finland-based group.
By Finland-based group. I don't know. You see, sometimes I sit down and ask myself, Onye Kelundia, by Finland-based group. Which group is based in Finland? Can somebody bring this girl? I don't know who she is. Her name is called somebody Emode. Let me take it back so we can see her name. Somebody Emode, meaning she's an Igbo girl, original Igbo girl. You can't take it away from her.
The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has dissociated its
Olive Emode. Olive Emode. That is her name. And this girl made a lot of blunder from the beginning of her presentation. She said purported, and this one is today. This is not on 30th. This is not on 29th. This is not on 1st. This is today. This is not even prior to the declaration or the Finland Convention. This is today. When everything is done and dusted, she came on the radio, on TV to say the purported declaration, English language, has finished the black man. We all try to speak it. We are fighting to speak grammar, very smart English, in order to be counted as educated people. We are not educated. Until your brain begins to function properly outside of what you learned in the classroom, then we begin to consider you as an educated individual. Until then, you are still illiterate. Go to Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka, who cares? Go to Madonna University, who cares? Go to LASU, who cares? Go to Lagos State University, go to ABSU, go to Iguacha, who cares? As long as your brain is not yet functioning, even though you go to Cambridge or Bagare, who cares? With the little one I went, as far as my brain is ticking, you can't stand me. Go to Cambridge, come back. Go to Oxford, come back. You can't stand me. I will use this, my Igbotic English, to defeat you on any stage, anytime, any day. I swear with my life, because you can't stand it. You can't debate. Your brain is too soft, like that of Nkokoko. Your brain is too soft, like the brain of a chicken. Purported declaration. Let us hear her.
The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has dissociated itself from a purported declaration of the Biafra Republic by a Finland-based group.
Who is this group that based in Finland fighting for Biafra? As much as I know, the Biafran people who gathered in Finland today to declare Biafra is, or should I say, are all Biafrans from all across the globe, including those from the United States of America, those from Africa that have the proper document to travel to Finland, those from Europe, those from Asia, those from Australia. They all gathered today in Finland since 29th of the month of November till today, 2nd of December. Many of them are still there, and they're going to be there till tomorrow. And they all gathered together to declare the restoration of the 40 United States of Biafra. And somebody who claimed to go to school or suit will face a camera and told us the purported declaration of Biafra by the Finland-based group. I don't know now. If Zoom equalundi banya bro believe if Zoom elundi oji believe my people. Guinea.
In a statement issued by IPOB's spokesman, Ima Powerful, the group described the declaration as a scam. According to Powerful, the individuals involved in the declaration in Finland are among the sponsors of insecurity in Nigeria's southeast region.
Did you see how they tag it? They called it a scam. They called it a scam. Now, I wonder how the other people who have fought for their independence and of course declared their freedom in the past, I wonder how they felt or how they did or what they did when their own people who come from their own land, speak the same language with them and share common interests with them, call what they are doing a scam. I wonder how they did or manage it, because you cannot tell me that this one started with Biafran people. In as much as I know, there were people even there in South Africa. There were people who never supported the fight of Nelson Mandela to liberate South Africa, even though it is among what I called the shambolic liberation that we have all over Africa today, not only there, including here in the zoo. So, even there in Finland, they declared their own freedom. All nations, I said all nations, including the United States of America. In fact, I don't want to analyze it now. Let us continue going. And I don't want to go far. Maybe this video will make me have this broadcast twice. And I will start digging deep. Start bringing the declarations of other, countries in order to educate. These people are so dumb.
Their agenda, he said, is to destabilize the Southeast, divide the people, cause panic, and divert the attention of Biafrans and those sympathetic to the Biafran struggle. Now, this comes as the supporters of the Finland-based self-acclaimed Biafran Prime Minister Simon Ekpa converged in Finland last Friday to declare the United States of Biafra.
Now, why are they still afraid of Simon Ekpa, who is currently being held by Finnish authorities? Now you're beginning to come to terms with of course, the title of this very live broadcast, right? You are now beginning to come to terms, isn't it? The title said Nigeria in total collapse. They never knew our PM Simon Ekpa was this powerful. They never knew PM Simon Ekpa was this powerful. I thought Simon Ekpa is in custody. Why are you people still having goosebumps about him? Why? They never knew that the PM was this powerful. Remember that word. I want you to remember that word. They never knew that the PM, Simon Ekpa, was this powerful. Till now, they are just realizing. And it was very late for them. Hey, so sorry.
Of the Finland-based self-acclaimed Biafran Prime Minister Simon Ekpa converged in Finland last Friday to declare the United States of Biafra.
Now, here in Nigeria, the IPOB emphasized that there is no room for another Biafran declaration besides the one that its leader, the late Ohanaeze Ndigbo, declared in 1967.
Now, Africa no war. Hi. Do you know how many times nations of this world you see today, do you know how many times they have declared independence? Do you know how many times? And some of these idiots who are writing in the name of IPOB, DOS, West African, Nigeria, DOS, West Africa, Nigeria, West African Limited, DOS, West African, Nigeria Limited, yes. Do you know how many times nations of the world declared their own independence? Do you know how many times? Many times. You claim to be Israelite, right? You claim to be an Israelite. You claim to have come to Jewish tribe. You claim to be a children of God. You claim to be children of Eli. Yet, those that you claim to have their identity or their DNA, you don't know. You don't even know how many times they have declared sovereignty or independence within, or should I say, wherever they were all over the world. Do you know how many times they have converged and declared independence, and you claim to be a Jew? Yet you don't know this. You want me now to start educating you, right? Our people are already aware. Our people are already aware. Those whose eyes are open are already aware that nations, many nations, have declared independence multiple times. It depends on how long it took them to actualize it. Many nations, not only Israel, many mad people who were full everywhere. Mad people everywhere. And on top of that, what we did was not actually declaration of Biafra. What we did was, in normal terms, it was redeclaration of the independence of 40 states, United States of Biafra. We did what is called redeclaration. That is what we did. Not necessarily declaration. Anybody calling it declaration, you are not far from truth, but you are actually making a mistake. The word you are using is actually a mistake. Even there is written there. Even there, they still wrote redeclaration. Look at it down. Look at I don't know if you can see the mouse. After United States of Biafra, just there on your screen. Look at your screen. Let me remove this title. Let me remove the title and see. Yeah. Yes. Look at it. Follow the mouse. Let me show you properly. It's written there. Look at it. This is Breakfast Central, United States of Biafra. Redeclaration of Biafra. They call it a scam, say IPOB. Even the same IPOB also acknowledged that it is actually redeclaration. The same IPOB, of course, when they say IPOB, we know who they're talking about. They are actually talking about the criminals in the DOS. They still tell you, they still acknowledged that it is actually redeclaration of Biafra. You know, sometimes I wonder, have we become, I don't know what we have become, because the way we use this English of a thing or English of a language is so alarming. It's so alarming. It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic. I can tell you the truth for free. I can tell you for free.
The group called for a United Nations supervised referendum for Biafrans to restore the sovereignty of the declared Biafran independence.
Another error. Another error. Which group? And who is calling for a United Nations supervised referendum? That was the word. That was our word. Listen, that was our word in the olden days. In the olden days, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was broadcasting, that used to be our word in the olden days. Did you hear me? When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was broadcasting, it used to be our word in the olden days when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was broadcasting. That's to show you how you may see it as yesterday, as the other day, but we see it as the olden day because we are doing new thing for the restoration of Biafra. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew that we are going to be where we are today. That is why he told you this. There is something that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said when he foresaw today in those years. Listen.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important. You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this.
Did you hear that? He is bringing a new dimension. He is bringing a new dimension. A new dimension. A new dimension. He did not say any other person is bringing a new dimension other than the Prime Minister. He is bringing a new dimension. For those idiotic Zoo media personnel, go and marry your dictionary. Go and marry your dictionary and ask your dictionary the true meaning of new dimension. You call them group.
In 1967, the group called for a United Nations supervised referendum for Biafrans to restore.
Who is asking for the United Nations supervised referendum anymore? We have our demands on top of Nigerian table. We have our demand, which the third one, which is one of the most important, is to accept the result of Biafra self-referendum. Do you think what we have been doing since February 2024 till December 2024 is a joke? How many months? Do you know how long it has taken us? Almost the whole year. Almost the whole year. It is only January that is excluded. Only January. So it has taken us almost the whole year to profiling and documenting Biafran citizens all over the world. Do you know what that means? We are in legion. It has taken us almost the entire year to documenting Biafrans all over the globe. And you still want us to come here and sit down like somebody like me or the Nwa Biafra Unite will come here and I'll continue to shout with the same level I in channel with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When he told you to go and follow Simon Ekpa, he is bringing a new dimension. When he has already told you that, after all he has seen, he did not tell you to follow DOS. He did not tell you to follow Chike Dozieha. He did not tell you to follow China Sanworu, that they are bringing new dimension. He did not tell you to follow Abanye or Forma, that they are bringing new dimension. He did not tell you to follow any idiot ranting on social media in the name of DOS defender, structure defender, that they are bringing a new dimension. He specifically told you, go and follow Simon Ekpa, that he is bringing a new dimension to this thing that we are doing, to this awareness that we are making. Go and follow him and share his videos accordingly. After what he has seen, you think that somebody like me, with all the credibilities that we have built over the years, will come here and still be shouting and telling you, I'll be speaking, I am not in America and I'm not from America. I'll be telling you, no way. I'll be telling you, United Nations should come and organize, referendum. Tell me in any country or nation in the world that United Nations has ever come to, declare, to declare referendum without a fight. Tell me one nation. I just want one, only one. Tell me one country in the world. Once you mention that nation, I will resign. I will never, ever talk about Biafra again. Tell me one nation in the world that the United Nations has come and declare referendum for those that want to exit the mother nation without a fight. Tell me, as I'm speaking to you till today, Spain is a civilized country, a civilized nation, in a civilized continent, in a civilized world. Spain is among the first civilization in the world. May not be the number one, but is among the first civilization, among first people that left their outside or out that left the shores of their country to other planets, to other part of the world to colonize them. Spain. Go to all the countries in South America. I said all the countries in South America, apart from Brazil, all the countries, all of them are speaking Spanish, meaning that they were all colonized by Spain. Yes. Apart from Brazil, that was colonized by Portuguese, other countries in the entire South American continent are speaking Spanish. They were all colonized by Spain. Go there and check. Meaning that Spain were among the first people that left their nation to other part of the world to colonize them. So they are among the first civilization. Now, if this same nation, Spain, if United Nations is not capable of going to Spain and conduct referendum for Barcelona, tell me which other country that UN can come and conduct referendum when they are not capable of doing it in Spain, which is a developed country. Tell me which other nation. They conducted referendum in South Sudan. Do you know how many years they fought? Brutal war, asymmetric warfare, guerrilla warfare was going on in South Sudan for 30 years. Do you know how long it took them? And somebody will come and tell us about. Let's continue.
For the sovereignty of the declared Biafran independence. Joining us is legal practitioner and managing partner of Abdul Salam Abbas and Paul Farouk Abbas. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
I think first of all, just get a broad picture of your thoughts when you see that the United States of Biafra has been declared. Is that the way it works? Can a nation just be declared like that, or is there other legal requirements for it to make some sense?
Thank you very much for your question. When I saw the news, it was a bit comical to me.
Did you hear him? I want you to follow everything that I'm going to do now, bit by bit. This idiot said, when I heard the news, it was a bit comical to me. Let's hear him again.
Thank you very much for your question. When I saw the news, it was a bit comical to me.
When I saw the news, it was a bit comical to me. It was like a comedy. He felt like a group of people have come to crack jokes for him. I want you to outline that word. When I saw the news, it was a bit comical to me. We became comedians to crack jokes for him. He was watching us, laughing at us. It was a bit comical to him. I want you to outline that word because we are going to revisit it. In this same video, we will come back to revisit his first statement. His first statement will be revisited moving forward. So I want you to hold that thought. Just hold it. Hold it there. Let's continue.
In point of fact, I didn't watch the video until whilst preparing for this interview. And it's, of course, that's not the way nations are being declared. You know, there are procedures to having a nation. And like,
what did he say? That is not how a nation is being declared. Let us hear that again.
Whilst preparing for this interview. And it's, of course, that's not the way nations are being declared. You know, there are procedures to having a nation. And like a nation like Nigeria, the foundation of our country is our constitution. Yeah. And for you to recognize the president or a leader of a country, it must be backed up by the law. The constitution of Nigeria establishes the office of the president. So the president.
I want you to pay attention. Let us hear him again.
Procedures to having a nation. And like a nation like Nigeria, the foundation. And it's, of course, that's not the way nations are being declared. You know,
he said that is not a way nations are being declared. Now pay attention to his second word.
You know, there are procedures to having a nation.
There are procedures of having a nation. Now these are two different things, right? These are completely two different things. He said that is not the procedure of declaring a nation. And then he came again in the second stanza and said, there are procedures. Nations are being what? Let's hear him again.
Nations are being declared.
Did you hear that? The first one, there are procedures of having nation.
It will be comical to me. In point of fact, I didn't watch the video until whilst preparing for this interview. And it's, of course, that's not the way nations are being declared. You know, there are procedures to having a nation.
There are procedures to having a nation, and that is not how a nation is being declared. So these are two different things. Declaration of an independent state and having a nation are two different things. One will bring the other. Declaring a nation will bring in or will usher in having a nation. This man is contradicting himself. Declaration of an independent state will usher you the way of having an independent state, a nation. But let's continue, because I want you to be picking up these few points. This is not even the main thing here.
And like a nation like Nigeria, the foundation of our country is our constitution. Yeah. And for you to recognize the president or a leader of a country, it must be backed up by the law. The constitution of Nigeria establishes the office of the president. So the president traces his power to the constitution. The requirements for being a president is stated in the constitution. The geographical location constituting Nigeria is also stated. The procedures for adding states to the federation are stated there. The procedures for expanding the boundaries are stated there. Yeah. And the constitution also has a very fundamental provision in the sense that it states that power belongs to the people, sovereignty belongs to the people, and the government derives this sovereignty from the constitution. So,
I love that. I love that. He has made another great point. This point he's making now is very, very vital. You see, he said that the Constitution says that power belongs to the people. Power belongs to the people. I love the way he's the one stating it categorically clear. The only thing I want you to do for me, listening to me and watching right now, is to state them down, because we will revisit all these things he has been saying. Power belongs to the people, meaning power of having a nation belongs to the people. I am not making anything up. Let us listen to him again.
The Constitution also has a very fundamental provision in the sense that it states that power belongs to the people, sovereignty belongs to the people.
Power belongs to the people and sovereignty belongs to the people, of which the people of Biafra, which power belongs to, have chosen to vote for the exit of Biafra territory from the damnable Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. Power belongs to the people. Let us continue. And the people have the authority, have the right to choose their sovereignty. This man, this idiot, is the one talking. Just pay attention because he's just starting.
And the government derives this sovereignty from the Constitution. So before you can have a declaration of any nation, there must be sovereignty, there must be a group of people who have come together and who have all agreed that, okay, this is what we want to do, and it must be backed up by law. You can't...
Nah. You know, if you are listening to him now, you think that the man is making sense. You will not know that whatever he's saying here from the beginning is what he's going to use to nail himself. If he's in the, you know, if he's in a law court, if this man is in a law court, if this man is in a law court, by now, the judge is writing his sentence. Pay attention, this is just the beginning. He will now start shooting him. By the time he begins to lie, right now he's saying the truth. If you haven't watched before, you are just watching for the first time, you say, Biafra Unite, why are you wasting your time? This man is stating the obvious. He's saying the truth here. Why are you analyzing? When he begins to lie to protect the criminal entity that has ushered him every opportunity to carry out criminal activities, which is known as the zoo, he will begin to shoot himself in the foot. He will begin to shoot himself in the foot. Pay attention. Remember the last thing, let me take it back again.
Who have come together and who have all agreed, and it derives this sovereignty from the Constitution. So before you can have a declaration of any nation, there must be sovereignty, there must be a group of people who have come together. And
before you declare a sovereign nation, there must be a group of people. Those that love freedom. Can you hear me? Is my voice coming out clear? Please let me know in the comment section. If you can hear me clear, let me know in the comment section, please, because I'm vibrating here. I don't know if my voice is coming out clear. This man said, I want you to remember this is, the beginning of his, analysis or topic. He's a one Nigerianist and he's a journalist. I don't know if he's a lawyer or a journalist, but he was introduced as a, a philanthropist, a lawyer, maybe statesman or whatever he may be. I don't care. He dressed like a lawyer. So let us continue. Remember what he said. Remember, I want you to pay attention.
Declaration of any nation is the sovereignty from the Constitution. So before you can have a declaration of any nation, there must be sovereignty, there must be a group of people who have come together and who have all agreed that, okay, this is what we want to do, and it must be backed up by law.
So the people that gathered in Finland today and have gathered since the beginning of this convention from the 29th of November till 2nd of December and have gathered to agree, apart from the self-referendum that had gathered almost 60 million votes, apart from this referendum, so the people who have gathered today to agree to declare Biafra are not really human beings. They are actually not humans. They don't exist. It was just a breeze, it was just a kind of breeze, moving about. And then there's somebody, maybe a DJ, just put off voice, recording. And this breeze that is just blowing everywhere was the one, talking now, then we are hearing it from the speaker. There was no human being. There was no there were no people. So I don't know. That's why I'm stammering. I'm trying to find a way in order to suit what he's saying. He said that people must gather. A group, he used that word must. There must be a group of people that will gather to agree that this is what we want to do before the declaration of a sovereign state. This man said it. I want you to hold that again.
You can't just have, or maybe by war, maybe after you fought, when you have a civil war and we agree, or you negotiate,
Did you hear that? Oh, man. How could this man say all these things and again he shot himself in the foot? He said, or maybe by a war. After the war, then there will be a negotiation whereby everyone will agree to go their separate ways. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's continue. How I wish that his brain is not corrupt. How I wish that this man is a sincere human being. How I wish that he is not making his criminal money out of the criminal entity like the zoo that has offered and ushered him the opportunity, the enabling environment to carry out his criminal activities within the Zoological Republic. How I wish that he doesn't have this mentality, that he could have remained on the path of the truth. But unfortunately, the zoo will always happen to those who are committing crimes.
But for a group of people to just sit down in their bedroom anywhere, I mean, we can as well sit down here and
than for some group of people. So do you have a different kind of group of people that are supposed to gather and agree that yes, we want a separate country? Do you have a different group of people, or the same group of people from that same land have the right to gather to declare their sovereign nation? Do you have any other different kind of people? I don't understand. Can somebody help me in the comment section, please?
And declare a Republic of Farouk Abbas, you know. So it's not, it's a circus. That's not the procedure to go about it. But I mean, it's not unusual for people to have this sort of agitations, you know, because for every action, there must be a reason. I like to look at the psychology of action. I don't just like to criticize people for saying.
I have seen a comment. Like as I told you, you must always keep on commenting. Once your comment draws my attention, I will talk about it, whether for good or for bad. Now, somebody said a gala said they are not part of Biafra. Ladogan company, you are on the spotlight. You said a gala said they are not part of Biafra. Ladolgan company. Ladolgan company, I don't know. Would you like to come to the screen? Would you like to come to the studio in order to explain it? Because I wouldn't be questioning you while you are in the comment section, because there would be no answer. Please, of course, we are going to give you the opportunity to come here. This link I'm sending right now in the comment section, you know, I'm always here for you, Biafrans. I'm always here for you. I don't chicken away. I can never stop making you proud. I know you people are proud of me. Please, Ladogan company, even though you are from a gala, because I don't want to start asking you questions while you are in the comment section. Please, the link that I'm sharing, I'm going to share the link for the public discussion. Very soon I will share the link. But please, this very link I have shared now in the comment section is strictly made for Ladogan company. Ladogan company, even though you are from a gala, it will be better you are even from a gala, so you can be able to tell the stories of a gala people, how they have said that they are not part of Biafra. Please, the link is in the comment section where you are now typing. Click that link and come here in the studio. I promise you, you will have opportunity to speak. The link is there. You can come here so that we can ask you some important questions, so that you can clarify what you have just written in the comment section while we continue with this analysis.
They are doing this and that they are a bunch of jokers or they are criminals. I don't act that way. We should ask ourselves, why are they doing this?
But you have already done it. You say you don't. Let us hear him again.
I like to look at the psychology. It's a circus. That's not the procedure to go about it. But I mean, it's not unusual for people to have this sort of agitations, you know, because for every action, there must be a reason. I like to look at the psychology of action. I don't just like to criticize people for saying they are doing this and that they are a bunch of jokers or they are criminals.
But you have done it already. He has started now misbehaving. You said in the first place, When you watch the video, when you heard the news, it sounds a bit comical to you. Don't tell me I do not understand a common English word. You said with your own mouth that when you heard the news, it sounds a bit comical. And now you said that you don't want to sit here and say that people are a bunch of jokes that they come to declare Biafra. Which side are you? Can you be specific and stop confusing us?
I don't act that way. We should ask ourselves, why are they doing this? Do they have a legitimate request? Okay, how do we address it? How do we come together and discuss with them? So those are the kind of approach I like to see. But of course, what they've done is a very comical action.
Is there any legal implications to that, especially for Nigerians who maybe will support these people? They're Nigerians who traveled to Finland to show their support for the United States of Biafra.
No, I don't like
Is there any legal implication of their actions?
Hold on.
Is a comical action.
He still call it a comical action again. Within 20 seconds, that he doesn't like to sit here and say we are a bunch of jokes. And at the same time, he said that what we have done is a joke. Contradiction after contradiction. This is how you know the Zoological Republic. And of course, one Nigeria mentality.
Legal implication to that, especially for Nigerians who maybe will support these people. They're Nigerians who traveled to Finland to show their support for the United States of Biafra.
No, this is a mistake from an Igbo girl. From an Igbo girl that called herself Emode. Nigerians did not travel to Finland to show their support to the redeclaration of Biafra. After all, the Biafra Republic government, let me make it clear again. The Biafra Republic government in exile sent an invitation to Nigerian government and asked them to appoint their delegates because other delegates came from other parts of the world. The Biafra government even went ahead to assure Nigerian government that your delegates will be well treated and everything about their accreditation and even their hotel will be taken care of by the Biafra government. I read that. I read the news. I personally read the news. So why are you here telling us, knowing fully well that Nigeria declined that very invitation? They never came. They never sent their a delegate. How comes you are sitting on national TV to tell us Nigerians who travel to Finland to support? No, they are not Nigerian. Those you are referring, let me just use my brain and think and believe the people you are referring as Nigerians. Those you are referring as Nigerians are not actually Nigerians. They are Biafrans. And they are the ones who have witnessed the redeclaration of the, of course, United States of Biafra. So, point of correction, you must know that.
Is there any legal implication of their actions?
Certainly, because
Now, we are just in 3 minutes of this video. Now. This man said that what they have done is comical to him. He said it now, just within 3 minutes of this video. He said that what Biafrans who gathered in Finland to redeclare their independence is comic, is just a comic, is a comedy skit. He said it is comical to him. And at the same time, this misguided Igbo lady asked him, do you think that there is any legal, offense? Let me take that again.
People, they're Nigerians who traveled to Finland to show their support for the United States of Biafra. Is there any legal implication of their actions?
Certainly, because
see how he jumped into that question. The misguided Igbo lady asked him, is there any legal implications of those she referred as Nigerians, but they are really Biafrans who traveled all the way from their different and various locations and destinations to Finland to redeclare Biafra sovereignty, is there any legal implication? He jumped straight into that question and said, certainly. So, World Bank, this World Bank who is here in my studio, are you the man? I can't see that question again. Are you the somebody company that asked that question? Please answer me first before we continue. Are you that person? Are you the Donda or whatever company? Are you the person, please?
Oh, no, I am not the person. I'm just joining the program. Can you hear me?
Oh, so you didn't hear when I said the link is strictly for that person. Okay, fine. I'm not going to remove you, but I'll keep you behind the stage until when I share the public link for others to join. Then I will allow you to speak. So you must stay behind the stage. All right, let's continue. Let us continue as we dissect this man and his false information.
Because, we have the Terrorism Prevention Act in Nigeria, and what they've done is a form of attempt to destabilize the country, is a form of harassment, intimidation of people who are Nigerians, or only because they listed out some states in their country, in the Biafra, and those states are Nigeria, so they might cause chaos. And the Terrorism Act says that if you take any action to damage a country, to intimidate a country, to destroy the country, it's to be regarded as an act of terrorism.
Oh, okay. So it's no longer a comic, drama or movie. It's no longer comic. So what happened in Finland has a significant, or how do I put it? So what happened in Finland has significance in Nigeria. I want to get it right. Can somebody help me? There's a time they showed this man's name, but I can't remember because I don't usually remember the names of idiots. So any other time they show his name on the screen, please remind me in the comment section. So you are now saying that what happened in Finland has huge significance in Nigeria. Is that what you mean? You are saying it now. It's no longer a comedy skit, as you claimed in the beginning. So it has significant effect in Nigeria. Let's continue. It's a question. Oh, I am not in conclusion. It's a question, but let's continue.
You provide support for them, if you provide counsel for them, if you provide invitation for them, if you go for meetings, attend their meetings, or provide support in their meetings, is an offense that is punishable by life imprisonment, a minimum of
a minimum of
20 years imprisonment.
Hey, when you listen to these deluded criminals, who are utilizing the enabling environment being provided by the criminal entity known as the zoo to perpetrate, evil and their criminal activities, when they are speaking in defense of their criminal entity, their mouth always run like wildfire. Their mouth like pa 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 pa. Their mouth like they are speaking in tongue. Their mouth like when opaka. Amara mi fendi oibo na ama mo oibo opaka okuro oibo self, because if I be free chuku juego zibo opaka na agba onu fa na agba ka opaka. Amara mo opaka nwere oibo. Because if you also alligator pepper, but in reality, it's not. It doesn't have English name, because it is something that God endowed the Igbo land with, or Biafra land with. Okpaka obogeni no Igbo. Oh no fana obaka okpaka, because they are in a hurry, they are in a haste to defend the criminal entity that has given them the criminal, the enabling environment to perpetrate evil and their criminal activities. Look at how he's rushing the world. He's mad. This guy is mad that how can this my turn? This is my turn. This is my turn. I have the opportunity that I've been fighting for and praying for all my life has just arrived under the government of Tifnubu, and these idiots, these non-entities, these miscreants, as they called us, these miscreants have come to spoil it. So the hate, the hatred, and the envy, the jealous, the greediness, the fear of waking up in the morning and realize that the zoo is no longer on existence is not allowing them to rest. They are panicking in the highest level.
So it's a criminal offense because what they are doing is affecting the integrity, the sovereignty of Nigeria.
Oh, so what they are doing is affecting the sovereignty. And when they say sovereignty, they will remember that they have laid claim that the oil in Izombe is actually for Jigawa. They all, when they let this claim, the Obafano become, it is very, very heavy and painful to their hearts when they have their sight on the, not just crude oil, on the gas, the natural gas in Izombe that's supposed to belong to Jigawa. They have placed their eyes on the oil in brass. They have placed their eyes, their sight on the oil in Ibakere, the present day Banke. They place their eyes on the oil in Iguacha, the present day Port Harcourt. That is the reason why it has suddenly become effective. What we have done today has suddenly become effective, and it is now destabilizing the sovereignty of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom. I love that. You don't know how happy I am analyzing this.
We can cause chaos in the country because now we can say, okay, who's my president? Is it the prime minister, the lady, whatever she calls herself, or President Bola Tinubu? We can start saying the police stops you on the road. I'm not going to stop.
Is it the prime minister, the lady, whatever she calls herself? The lady you are talking about is not our prime minister. I'm very 100% sure you know who our prime minister is. I don't have to explain to you. You know him. And you also know that the lady in question is not our prime minister, because no human being on earth will not know that Mazi Simon Ekpa is the prime minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, especially those that claim to be Nigerians. Yes, especially those that claim to be Nigerians. So you all know. You also know that the woman in question is not our prime minister. And I have been saying it. I have been saying it from the very day on the 18th of November, when the news was broken that the prime minister of BLG, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, has been arrested by the Finnish authority. I said that it doesn't matter. That is my word. That is my word. I said, it doesn't matter who is mounted on the podium. Biafra will be redeclared. That was my word, and it remains my word till tomorrow. It doesn't matter who is mounted on the podium. It doesn't matter who is going to mount on the podium. Biafra must, or not even will, Biafra must be redeclared. That is my word. And it happened. So whether you claim you don't know, you no longer know who is prime minister, or even the lady is now the prime minister, whatever you think, it is not our business. I have no time to address you on that.
not wearing Biafra uniform, we're in Biafra Republic. So it's a very serious issue. It's not a laughing matter. So another fundamental provision in the law is that.
Did you hear that? It is a serious issue. It's not a laughing matter. But when you started, you said, when you heard the news, when you watch the video, you feel like a bit of comic act. It was a comic. It was a comedy to you. It was a comedy to you when you heard the news. That was your initial, just to mock us from beginning, to make us feel bad. But you don't know that people like us will watch you till the end until we see Ifebe Nowe Liga Simperi Ranse Adiza Wene Luoge and your types.
If you carry out action, normally, if you commit a crime, they'll say within the jurisdiction where you committed the crime. But for terrorism, it's extra-territorial. If you commit it outside Nigeria, you can also be tried in Nigeria. So what they are doing, they're playing with jail term if they ever come back to Nigeria.
I mean, so there's people who would.
If they ever come to Nigeria. If they ever come to Nigeria. Wow. Okay. There are people who are already in Nigeria. What are you doing about it? And those you are seeing on TV who are not in Nigeria are not actually your problem. They are not actually your problem. Because Ohanaeze Ndigbo was on TV talking. Talking for many years. He even came to the zoo, you arrested him and freed him. Because of what? Those who are on the TV are not your problem. Do you know when Ohanaeze Ndigbo became your problem? Ohanaeze Ndigbo became your problem when Eastern Security Network was formed and launched. That is when Ohanaeze Ndigbo became a problem and a stumbling block to you. Because that is when he showed you that he is now ready to fight for his freedom, which you also recognize. Unless you fight war, and then you come to round table and discuss for your exit. You acknowledge it, but our own, no. Biafra is not the same. Nigeria is not the same. So there is no any means, no how of exiting. You must be here. It is here. Failure. All of you have failed.
Also argue that the Nigerian government has also mismanaged, the whole conversation concerning the IPOB and the whole Biafra conversation. The long incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu, the refusal to even have conversations, have any conversations with these people to understand what their, requests are, what their grievances are, and somewhat. So do you agree with that? In 2017 or 20, I'm not sure what year now, when the group was prescribed, it also came with criticism that this isn't the way to handle these issues. Do you agree with that the Nigerian government could have done this better?
Oh, yes, I agree that in the past it wasn't properly managed, because the truth is, as Nigerians, we have to be very sincere. We have to be very objective, regardless of our tribe, regardless of our political affiliation. They have a genuine cause. If a group of people don't feel carried along very well, they can ask that they want to have a referendum. They can say they want, So if you look at it from 1999 to date, they've not had a president, they've not had a vice president, so they've mismanaged their political strategy, So based on that, some of them will be feeling agitated. And of course, they went through a very painful.
Oh, they have mismanaged their political strategy. So it is now the fault of Biafran people, or Ndigbo at least, not to provide a president or even the vice president. Last time I checked, it is the presidential candidate that picks a man or woman that he wants to be his running mate. As a matter of fact, the in-house vote, which they call primary, is it primary? Primary vote, or whatever they call it. Can somebody help me in the comment section? What do they call the in-house vote, the party vote, in order to nominate the presidential candidate? I think that is called primary election, or primary vote, or whatever they call it within the, in the zoo politics. They call it primary or something like that. So last time I checked, it was the presidential candidate after winning primary election will now choose whosoever that he wants to run with, that he wants to be his running mate. It is not given to a presidential candidate of any party by a tribe. It is the presidential candidate that chooses. That is number one. Number two, the last one that just happened couple of, let's say 1 year and so ago, in 2023, you cannot say, forget about your useless court or law that you don't even respect. So, can you come out boldly enough to say that Peter Obi did not actually win the, last presidential election? Because there is no any sane human being that will vote Tinubu as the president of Nigeria, even in his own land, in his own state, where he is, what do they call him? Jagaban of Lagos. He lost in his own state where he grew up. He lost. Peter Obi won him hands down in Lagos, in his own state, a whole Jagaban. So you can't tell me you are not aware that Peter Obi won the, the election, even though we, the Biafran people, never for once supported Peter Obi, supported his candidacy or whatever you may call it, because we stood firm and we are still standing firm on Biafra exit from the zoo. So tell me, how did you want the Igbos or Biafrans at large to manage their political, whatever you called it, you called it? But let's continue. He has more to say.
So based on that, some of them will be feeling agitated. And of course, they went through a very painful civil war, and they lost in the civil war. They lost several people, so they feel like...
You see their mentality? They lost in the civil war. That is their mentality. They lost so many people. That is their mentality. That's why they believe that we cannot rise up again. That's why they believe that we can no longer rise up again. They believe that we are conquered people. Therefore, we can no longer rise up again. But we are shocking them. We are surprising them to the core. To the core, we are shocking and surprising them to the core. Because what is going on now is what we called unbelievable to those that believe in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. I'm telling you.
Are we really Nigerians? So I think what the government ought to do, and which is what this government is currently doing, is that, are we really Nigerians? Civil war, and they lost in the civil war. They lost several people, so they feel like, are we really Nigerians? So I think what the government ought to do, and which what they will be manage their political strategy, So based on that, some of them will be feeling agitated. And of course, they went through a very painful civil war, and they lost in the civil war. They lost several people, so they feel like, are we really Nigerians? So I think what the government ought to do, and which is what this government is currently doing, is that you need to carry them along. You need to try and integrate with them, and you need to discuss with them. And I think the president is doing a good job. I mean, he just appointed the wife of the proponent of Biafra, the number one proponent of Biafra, the late Ohanaeze Ndigbo, as a...
You see their mentality? Do you see their mentality? He thinks that the president has done a good job by appointing Bianca Ojukwu in his cabinet or one of his ministers. So this imbecile is here thinking that the president has done enough. I want to make it clear that Bianca Ojukwu does not in any way represent the Biafran people in the cabinet of your so-called Mr. President. Bianca Ojukwu, let me also make it clear once again. I've not even spoken about Bianca since that her shambolic, appointment. I haven't even mentioned her name since that appointment. In fact, I rarely mention her name. I rarely mention her name because she rarely come out, in public. Her name is rarely coming up, so I don't always mention her name. I think the last time I talked about her was when Soludo appointed some group of people, including, that Mumu man, our Mumu don't do. What's his name? Charlie Boy, Bianca Ojukwu and Co. to form one useless group. They say they are fighting insecurity. I think that was the last time I talked about her. That was many years ago. Maybe 3 years ago or something. Now, this time around, I am making it very clear categorically that Bianca Ojukwu does not in any way represent the Biafran people in the cabinet of Tinubu. In Tinubu's cabinet, Bianca never in any way represent our interest. Tinubu sacked one Igbo man to appoint another Igbo woman in the same office. An Igbo man he previously appointed, who has not done anything wrong, was removed, and Bianca Ojukwu was replaced by Bianca Ojukwu, only to have that Biafra blood and mentality within his cabinet. Nothing else. Not that he appointed Bianca Ojukwu that she's going to perform miracle better than the one that was removed. Bianca Ojukwu has never worked in that office before in her life. The only thing she has served within the zoo politics is being a foreign, not a foreign, Nigerian ambassador. I can't remember which ambassador. I think for ambassador for Israel or another country. If you know about it, please let me know in the comment section. You can remind me in the comment section. Very, very important. She has served as an ambassador of a certain country for Nigeria. I don't know if it's Israel or another country. She has never, or she is not in any way representing Biafra in Tinubu's cabinet. Let's continue.
As a minister, I believe that's a step in the right direction. The former chairman of APGA is the senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's a step in the right direction. But what I believe the government should do is that because the duty for national integration lies on the president. It's a constitutional provision. So I think in furtherance of that duty, what the government should do is they should engage these people. Because before you fight with anyone, before you go to court, I'm a dispute resolution lawyer, we need to try and explore amicable resolution. Then when you try amicable resolution and you can't resolve the crisis, then we can now go to court. So I think these people have...
Yeah, I agree. You know what? Appointing Bianca is not necessarily.
What a difference.
Did you hear that, man? Appointing Bianca is not necessarily the problem of Biafra. I don't know where that man is coming from. It's either he's a Biafran or he reasons well as a journalist. Maybe he reasons better than other journalists you have in the zoo.
To
soothe
the wounds of I don't necessarily.
There has to be a rapprochement. There has to be a rapprochement. You can't just people you have not been engaging with. You have to start from somewhere. Is number one. When during the Biafra struggle, she was the center of it with her husband. She knew all those people. They have access to her and all that.
No, Bianca Ojukwu was never in the Biafran struggle. What you don't know is bigger than you. And we cannot allow anybody from outside Biafra to come and tell us our history. It is not possible. During the Civil War, Bianca Ojukwu was, if she was born then, she was still a baby. So she was never in any way, never for one single day, Bianca Ojukwu coming to represent Biafra as a first lady. During the genocidal war between 1967 to 1970, Bianca Ojukwu, if I believe she was born then, but was still a baby. Because from 1970 to 2024 is 54 years old. Now, plus 3 years of brutal war, that will give you 57 years. If Bianca is old today, she's not up to 70 years. So if you minus 57 years from 70, that will give you 13 years, which is not even up to 70, probably 60 something now, early 60s. So she was a baby during that time, and after then, Ojukwu went to exile and came back before even thinking of marrying Bianca Ojukwu. Bianca has never represented Biafra on any stage for one day till today.
So she will be giving the government advice because they have to reach out. And then reaching out, you have to look for mediator, you have to look for people who they trust, who they can listen to.
But I think the point I'm trying to make is that she, by herself, is a fantastic person.
Okay, I get you.
She was probably appointed because she had
about personal merit.
Yes.
Oh no, of course, no. I agree with you. But there are always undertones to all these things as well.
Let's talk about Simon Ekpa. There are those who have been calling for his extradition, but part of the argument would be that there's probably no agreement between both countries that would enable that to happen. And his trial has been set for May 2025. Now, whilst you were speaking, you mentioned that what can happen is that a number of those Nigerians could face the potential of being tried if they return to Nigeria. So is this maybe a path? Do you think that maybe in the next few months, the government can enter into conversations with the government of Finland about bringing Simon Ekpa back home to try? And, what do you think that the implications of that will be?
Yes, I believe.
My people, make una see question. Are we the only people living on this earth that people that claim to be educated do not know anything that is going on in this world? They only know what is happening in Nigeria. They do not care about what is happening outside Nigeria. They don't care about the people, about global law, about how law works globally. Even when the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Finland visited Nigeria, she told them that this is a matter that will be decided by law in the law court. She was very, very specific. It is not by bilateral agreement. It is not by diplomatic, moves or connections. It is a matter that will be determined and decided and put to bed by law in the law court. She made it very, very clear. And here is somebody who claimed with suit, all of them wearing suit, suit, and they can't reason properly. I'm ashamed. It's a big shame. It's a very, very big shame, honestly speaking.
If that's the proper thing, the federal government is going to have discussions with them, because the mere fact that if the government of Finland arrested him, they didn't do it on their own volition. They must have been given information. Complaints must have been made because he's a citizen of Finland, he's a politician in Finland, he ran for elections in Finland, so they can't on their own arrest him. Yeah.
So you know him. You know him. It's not the woman who was there and then she suddenly become the prime minister. So you really know the prime minister. Let me tell you, my people. Let me tell you once again. They never knew PM Simon Ekpa was this powerful. They never knew. They are just realizing it now.
I believe that the mere fact that he was arrested is a good step in the right direction, and it shows that eventually he's coming back home. Even if we don't have treaties between Nigeria and Finland, there's diplomacy.
Did you hear that? He said eventually he's coming back home. Now let me hear that again. This conversation is becoming more interesting.
So I believe that the mere fact that he was arrested is a good step in the right direction, and it shows that eventually he's coming back home. Even if we don't have treaties between Nigeria and Finland, there's diplomacy. We can have discussions. We can have discussions, and because the
I just said now, just a couple of minutes or seconds ago, that the Finnish Foreign Affairs was in Nigeria early this year. And she told you that the matter of the prime minister, that was when Musa was crying and shouting, Samanepa, 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 that we are here to discuss about the issue of Samanepa. He usually call it Samanepa, Samanepa. You know, the Finnish Foreign Affairs told you that this matter will be decided in the court. What does that tell you? You as Nigeria, you as a country, you as a government must provide, must prepare and provide your evidences against him, against any crime that you have alleged to have committed by the same individual, Mazi Samanepa. You must provide your evidences in the court of competent jurisdiction in Finland. And she also told you that, remember, we are talking about a Finnish citizen that has his right as a citizen. You understand? Maybe one of these days, maybe by the time I will be dealing with Okechukwu Isiguzoro, I will try and find that very video.
The purpose of that trial is to protect Nigerian sovereignty and to prevent breakdown of law and order. Every country has a duty to support each other when it comes to sharing intelligence to prevent breakdown of law and order. So I believe that regardless of the fact that his trial has been fixed for May next.
How do you prevent law and order when your government is the one who breaks law and order? When citizens of Nigeria gather in protest, your same government send the military to massacre them. And this same world you are talking about is watching. The countries all over the world are watching. They see what you're doing. They are aware of what you're doing. Now let's continue.
Next year, I believe that the proper thing to do is that it's going to be sent back to Nigeria because the consequence.
Continue dreaming. Continue to dream. Continue to dream.
Of his actions are being felt in Nigeria, not in Finland. So the proper place to try him is in Nigeria.
You see? And if you lawyer, if you touch this idiot, he will call himself a lawyer. He said that the place where the alleged crime is being committed is in Nigeria, so he should be tried in Nigeria. And he forgot, as a lawyer whatsoever he claimed to be, he also forgot that the man in question that has been alleged to have committed a crime is in Finland. Therefore, Nigeria, where they claim the crime was committed, cannot or does not have the jurisdiction to try a man that was alleged to have committed a crime in Finland. And how does this crime work? How do you commit this offense when you are in Finland and they said you are committing offense in Nigeria? I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. And somebody will be somewhere, cough. When somebody coughs somewhere, all the way from Finland, somebody cough in Finland. And you say, oh, your cough is actually disturbing us here. Why don't you build a soundproof? You should build a soundproof in order to stop the sound of that cough from a far away distance, not to have effect in the Zoological Republic. Why didn't you build a soundproof to prevent the sound? Because you don't have capacity. and you think you have capacity of stopping Biafra or bringing Mazi Simon Ekpa from Finland to the Zoological Republic.
Alleged consequences of his actions. You know, he's not been found guilty of anything. But I mean, again, it brings me back to the way that we've managed, you know, the whole crisis. You know, if the Nigerian government had been more...
Let him know that he has not been found guilty of any crime. You should... I don't know who is this man. Where did he come from? Because when the idiot that they brought to the studio is going out of point, he always there to correct him in order to bring him back to his senses. Because how on earth will you bring somebody that you are wiser than to interview the same person that you are wiser than? What are people going to learn? Who did that? Who committed this abomination? Bringing a low mental, or should I say, a mentally deranged individual to your studio to come and talk to people, to the public. Who committed that crime? Who can only commit this abomination?
Sensitive, I believe, to the requests, to the pain that these persons were expressing, the reasons for their grievances over time. People would say that it maybe wouldn't have gotten this far. Look at the way that the Nnamdi Kanu's case has been handled as well. It's not in any way helping matters, don't you think?
Well, I don't agree with you, because I mean, in Nnamdi Kanu, you know, when you are advocating for a cause, you must be willing to pay the price for that cause, and that's what makes you a leader. That's what makes you have credibility.
Okay. A round of applause. Yes. This man finally said something important again. He was saying important things during the start of the broadcast or of his interview. But he has said something important again in the middle of the interview. So let us hear him once again before we continue.
I agree with you, because I mean, in Nnamdi Kanu, you know, when you... Well, I don't agree with you, because I mean, in Nnamdi Kanu, you know...
Now, after this word he said, he will start lying. Pay attention. He will start lying again, because he has already been lying since. He will start lying again. So pay attention.
When you are advocating for a cause, you must be willing to pay the price for that cause, and that's what makes you a leader. That's what makes you have credibility.
Did you hear him? Did you hear that? He said, when you are advocating for a cause, you must be ready to pay the sacrifices that follows that. Let's hear. If it's only this word we learn from him today, we will let him go. No problem.
I agree with you, because I mean, in Nnamdi Kanu, you know, when you are advocating for a cause, you must be willing to pay the price for that cause, and that's what makes you a leader. That's what makes...
To show you that these people understand what we are doing. These people know everything that we are doing. They know. The only problem they have there is that I told you that when they reason and see that a group of people are moving to stop the criminal entity that gives them an enabling environment to carry out their criminal activities, it becomes a problem for them. They will not, or they will find it very, very hard, almost impossible, to agree with our sentiments and the argument. This man has said something now that you wouldn't even dream of. You won't even dream of, that a one Nigerianist can say in the public. So they knew it from beginning. So why are you disturbing yourselves?
Makes you cause. I don't agree with you, because I mean, in Nnamdi Kanu, you know, when you are advocating for a cause, you must be willing to pay the price for that cause, and that's what makes you a leader. That's what makes you have credibility. He was released on bail, and he jumped his bail, and even after jumping his bail, he didn't just keep quiet. He kept on.
Yeah, but his argument is that the army attacked his home.
Yeah, the army jumped bail. Then you go back to court.
Now, let me be sincere to you. This is the main reason why I decided to analyze this very video today. I just want you to pay attention. No be far, but the main reason why I decided to analyze this very video today. This particular place. Let's play it again.
Willing to pay the price for that cost. And that's what makes you a leader. That's what makes you have credibility. He was released on bail and he jumped his bail. And even after jumping his bail, he didn't just keep quiet. He kept on.
But his argument is that the army.
He said he was released on bail and he jumped the bail. Pay attention to that. I want you to remember it. He was released on bail and he jumped the bail. Right? After he said, when you are advocating for something, you must be ready to pay for the price of that thing you're advocating for. And then he said, that is what makes you a leader. That is what builds your credibility. Again, he said, when he was released on bail, he jumped the bail. And again, their annoyance now is not only that they claim that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jumped his bail, but he also continued to speak. That is their annoyance. Now, let us hear what this man said during his interjection.
He jumped his bail. And even after jumping his bail, he didn't just keep quiet. He kept on.
But his argument is that the army attacked his home.
Yeah, then you go back to court. Then you go back to court.
Let's hear him.
And we're not in a banana republic. You go back.
Oh, so you are not in a banana republic. Remember, there are two things now. He said, if the army attacked his house to buy him, just to buy him, because this attack was done with armored tanks and military fighter jets. The videos are everywhere. Many people were mauled in cold blood in the compound of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The attack took place with armored tanks and military fighter jets. We have all the videos. Now, this man said he acknowledged that his house was attacked by the zoo military, but do you know his response? He said, then you go to the court. So, after he must have been killed by the terrorist in uniform, then his spirit will wake up to go to court. You see, the way these people reason, and sometimes I wonder, or does it, or go by the wrong call? Can somebody help me in the comment section? Does it mean that na go by the wrong call? Now these people will dress up in suit, well ironed, well pressed, shave their hair very well, put on a good shoe, and very well ironed tie, long tie for that matter. They will sit on TV, on national television, to contradict themselves a million times in just 1 10-minute interview. My question is this: is it after the terrorist army must have killed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then his spirit will rise up to go to the court that this man is talking about? Let us hear him again. Then there's another word he said, that Nigeria, the zoo, is not a banana republic. So remember, he has already acknowledged that if military actually attacked his house, which is in the public, the evidence is there, that led to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's, exit from Nigeria, to at least to save his life, because it is only a tree that will hear that they want to come and cut it off. It will stay standing tall there, that same place. It doesn't move. Only a tree does that. In as much as a human being is not a tree, you have every right to protect yourself from any harm or threat of your life. If he warrants you from leaving that spot, that very location, in order to save your life, every law in the world will protect you. It is the right of, it is the inalienable right of every individual to protect his or herself. So after acknowledging that yes, the military actually attacked his house in a bid to assassinate him, he also came back to tell us he should have gone to court. So after attacking his house, he should have remained in the house while the terrorists attack his house, massacre over 28 as an official number from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's household. 28 people were mauled in cold blood in that same compound, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have been among those 28 people, plus Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, God forbid, it would have been 29 people that were mauled in cold blood in the compound of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not escape by whiskers, he would have been among those men that paid the ultimate price, and then his spirit will now rise to go to court, Nigerian court, Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, High Court Abuja, to sue Nigeria military. To sue Nigeria military. How did you do that? A lot of people have corrected me that Bianca Ojukwu is not up to 60 years. Some of them say she's 50 what? 50, 54, 56. Some people say she is 56, and some people say she's 54. Whatever. If she's 56 or 50, if she's 56 or 54, no problem. The only truth stands that Bianca Ojukwu has never for one day represented Biafra on any level. That is the reality. And she was not there when her late husband, our eternal leader Ojukwu, was actually fighting for Biafra. That time she was a baby. She was a baby. If they have even given birth to her then. Now, let's continue here.
Then you go back to court.
When he had already joined his ancestors, God forbid, his spirit will rise and go to court. He must have not left. He should have been there when his house was attacked, 28 people assassinated in cold blood. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should have been there as a leader, and that's what made him, as what made him a credible and reliable leader. He would have been there in order to join those that were massacred, and then his spirit will now rise up to go and sue Nigeria army in Nigeria court. This is how they behave. Don't even look at their suit. Don't you ever look at their ties. Don't look at their eyeglasses, because they are empty brain. They know nothing. Even those of them that really, really know in reality, they will never stand for the truth, because truth would destroy the criminal entity that has provided enabling environment for criminals like them to commit their criminal activities.
That the army attacked his home.
Yeah, the army. Then you go back to court. We're not in a banana republic.
You are not in a banana republic, but when the army attacked his house, you were in banana republic. Was it written in any constitution that the military has the right of invading any person home or individual compounds? Is it in the so-called constitution you are talking about? Somebody should let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Is it in the history that the military should attack any house of individual, even somebody that his case is still in the court, somebody that will be attending court in few days to come? Is it also in the constitution of the zoo that military should attack that person's house? So when the military attacked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house, it was a banana republic. But when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fled for his life, it now stopped being a banana republic. That is how they reason. That's how they roll.
He didn't just keep quiet, he kept on.
Yeah, but his argument is that the army attacked his home.
Yeah,
He didn't just jump bail.
then you go back to court. We're not in a banana republic. You go back to court. So, but I believe that there's going to be some discussions because we need a political solution to this crisis. We can't resolve it either by law or by force or by.
We don't need again. Did you hear that? He said, we can't resolve it either by law. The same person that said but Nigeria is not a banana republic. You know, hey, contradiction after contradiction. Hey, let me even share the
political solution to this.
We don't need we don't need it again. We are done with our political solution. We are done with our political solution. You can go to hell, go to Aburi. We are done with you, idiots. We are done. We are done. We have left you behind. We have left you behind. Stupid, failed idiots everywhere. They will put on suit. Obagoba mara isi. Sorry. Obonagoba deronko kobisa mara. What is the problem of these criminals in the zoo who always claim to be highly educated and nurtured? What is the problem? We don't want your political solution again. We have redeclared our independence, and that is where we stand. The fight now. I know you people don't know what is coming, but let me tell you, those of you thinking that the so-called arrest of Mazi Simon Ekpa in Finland is going to end the fight for freedom, although you people called it insecurity. You called it insecurity. I want you to know that the fight for Biafra has just begun. It has just begun. So the link is in the comment section. While I continue, analyzing this idiot and their gutter media, I will also allow Biafrans to come in and make their contribution. It's going to be an open floor. If you want to make a comment about of course, the Biafra redeclaration and restoration, you are free to do so. If you want to make comment about this idiot and of course the IPOB Nigeria, the Ohanaeze Ndigbo, the one I have first of all showed you in the beginning, the floor is open for all discussions that has to do with Biafra today. The floor is open while I continue with analysis of this very, or should I say the current development. I will try to pin the link on top of the live chat section if you are watching, of course, and of course joining us from YouTube, which is of course the only platform where we are broadcasting live this evening. All right, first of all, while we continue, let me play this video, maybe in full. I don't know. I might be triggered to cut it again.
Just keep quiet. He kept on.
Yeah, but his argument is that the army attacked his home.
Yeah, the army jump bail. Then you go back to court. We're not in a banana republic. You go back.
My question is, when the army attacked him, were we in banana republic? That when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ran for his life, then it is now no longer a banana republic. That is my question, please. If you are coming here, if you have any answer to that, please bring it on. I will enjoy to hear the answer.
To court. So, but I believe that there's going to be some discussions because we need a political solution to this crisis. We can't resolve it either by law or by force or by military and all that. We are going to come back.
Oh, so you know that we cannot resolve it by law. You don't know the capacity of what this idiot just said. You don't know the capacity. I don't know if I have time. Let me even check time. Let me check time. Honestly speaking, I may not have time to analyze this. This man said that we cannot resolve this by law. So if you know that you cannot resolve this issue by law, why are you holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and trying to force him, trying to subject him to the court or to trial? Yes, trying to subject him to trial by your law court when you know that you cannot resolve the matter by law. Hey, again. So you know Nigeria is aware that they cannot resolve the Biafra matter by law, because they know that by law they failed woefully. It is the right of every individual to live. Self-preservation is a law and must for every living person. Self-preservation. That is your number one law. That is your number one rule. That is the rule of engagement. That is the law. Self-defense and self-preservation is the beginning of human life in this world. Self-preservation. If you are not alive, nobody will even care to judge your case. Unless you have billions in account, billions of dollars in account, and then there are people who want to siphon it, and then there are other people that want to pull out the money. Then they will hear your case. But once you are not alive, nobody cares to hear your case. So self-defense for you to live, self-preservation for you to live is the number one law in the world. So Nigeria is aware that this matter cannot be resolved in the law court. So why are you subjecting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to any criminal trial in Nigeria? Why? They have shot themselves in the foot. The link, of course, is now on top of the chat section. The link is there on top of the chat section. You can click the link now and join me in the studio while we continue to do justice to all this propaganda. So we don't care anymore. We don't care. We don't care about your law. We don't care about your, judgment. We don't care about your allegations. We don't care about your political solution. That number one law in the world, which is self-defense and self-preservation, is what the Biafran people and Biafra government have activated. That is where we are leveraging now. That we are now leveraging on that standard law, first rule of engagement, self-defense and self-preservation. That is where we are leveraging. We are standing firm on that law. That is the number one law in the world. Because if you don't defend yourself, if you don't preserve your life, you cannot be alive to tell the story or defend yourself in the law court.
To the table. But before you come to the table, if you're not prepared for war, you can't negotiate. So the best way to go for a negotiation is to be actually prepared for war. So the government has to be very strong. They need to let them know that they are going to be able to deal with anybody who tries to repeat that sort of action. But eventually, I believe that the government will be taking certain steps to resolve the crisis. I mean, I saw it.
Very good and fine. I love the advice. They should prepare for the war if they are not ready to negotiate. And let me tell you, the Biafran people have seen war before. And this time around, we are also fighting the same war. And we, this current generation, are not afraid of whichever language you want to use. Whichever word you want to use, this current generation is never afraid of it. Because we are in it already. We are already in it. And it's going to triple. It's going to triple moving forward in defense of Biafra land. This current generation is not afraid of war, because even without technology in the olden days, without proper arms and ammunition, war equipment, our fathers stood firm for 3 good years and defended us, defended our land. If not the gallantry of our fathers, we, the new generation, will not be here today. I want you to get that into your empty skull, that if not the you said we were defeated, that is what you said. But let me let you know that with the brutality and terrorism of one Nigeria government, if not the gallantry of our fathers, we, the new generation, wouldn't have been here today. They would have wiped us off.
Senator from Abia State also advocating for his release. I know Ohanaeze Ndigbo are advocating for his release. And I know the president is a listening president. He knows how to manage human resources and all that. So I believe that eventually he's going to look into it. And I don't think anybody can blame the federal government for what is happening so far. Look at our elections in 2023. The Southeast is the only place where no political party other than Labour Party had over 50,000 votes, except APC in Imo State. Every other party, we're having 9,000. It was a landslide victory. So it's a step in the right direction. That's the first time that is happening in Nigeria. So you can't just say you want power and you get it within 2 years or 3 years. So they've made their mark. Let them go back to the drawing board and expand their coast to other parts of the country. Yeah. So allowing them to vote.
No. We don't need your power. This man, you can't advise us. You can't. You don't have the capacity. You are not in the best position to advise the Biafran people. The Biafran people have made their decision. So those you are referring to, the political criminals like you, the likes of Peter Obi, the likes of Devo Mahi, the likes of Opus Odemmaden, the likes of those criminals in Ohanaeze Ndigbo, we do not regard them as Igbos or Biafrans. The likes of what's the name? Was this murderer, Nyesom Wike, the likes of Nyesom Wike, we do not regard these people as Biafrans. They are just a minority. You may think, yes, they control political power under one Nigeria. And Biafran people do not listen to them. As you could see on the video that I played from beginning of this very broadcast, where the entire Biafra land was under lock and key, which I still have more videos to play. I'm not sure time will permit me on this very same broadcast. So, if I bring you to the screen, please do not unmute your microphone until I call your name, please. So you don't cause chaos in the studio. So, who are the people? Who are the Biafrans? The Biafrans are those that have voted and given the Biafra government in exile the mandate for the redeclaration of their sovereign state, of their independent state, and of course the defense of that same state, which is what is going on moving forward, which is what is happening moving forward. So we don't care about your politics in one Nigeria again. We don't care about your votes again. We don't care about anything that you represent. Let us welcome few Biafrans, of course, to talk to us. Please, everybody, utilize two minutes, because I'm sure that everybody would like to speak. Rising Sun, please grab the microphone.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, you're highly welcome. Biafrans, the link is there in the comment section. It's on top of the comment section. You can now click the link and join me in the studio in order to make your contribution. The floor is now open. Go ahead, Rising Sun.
My able brother, God bless you.
Thank you.
I don't have much to say. I just want to pass a little information to those gullible Nigerians that are still supporting one Nigeria about these two useless fools here. The problem they have is that it's not that they don't know the truth. The reality is that they know the truth. But the problem is that they are job seekers and opportunity seekers. The country have conditioned some of them in such way that they will see the truth, they can't speak the truth. Always tell people in my book.
Seems like we lost him. We lost him. All right. Onwaji, please grab the microphone and speak to Biafrans. Two minutes, everyone, please. Two minutes.
Okay. Good day, sir.
You're welcome. Please be audible.
Good day, everyone. I'm so glad for how far we've gone for this program, and I really appreciate God. Makana Chukwu Okike Abịama will see us through all the way in Jesus' name. Everybody should be strong. Everybody should be strong. Everybody should be strong and be in unity, no matter what. Don't deny what you've already. Our Father has already fight this battle for us. It's just for us to enter in. So we are going into our Canaan land in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. God bless you. All right. Winbush, grab the microphone and speak to us. The floor is
Good
still open
evening.
to those who
Good
want to.
evening.
You're
Good
welcome.
evening. Biafra Unite. Good evening. It's about 11 p.m. by my end here. And I must say that you are doing a great job. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear, please go ahead.
Are you aware that the latest English in Oxford Dictionary as of this hour is what they call brain rot? Brain rot or ROT, brain rot. That is the greatest or the highest English in the dictionary as of now. That man on suit is suffering from brain rot. And what does it mean? I want to tell you one experience. I had my education in US as I wrote there. And there was this thing they taught us. They would teach you how to test your ear hearing and how to syringe and remove some hair inside your ear. But they will not show you the machine you will use for it. That is the type of education you get in Nigeria. And this is exactly the product they are bringing out that will go and, pass information to the world. Everybody there are just brain rot, suffering from brain rot. So I want to tell you that we have started well. The declaration of Biafra is the highest thing we have done, and nobody can stop it. Nobody can stop Biafra. All we needed is to be determined to stand our ground. We have won. No matter what anybody will do, we will still stand our ground. We will do our contributions. We will do everything to defend our land, which is our hope. So I don't want anybody to be afraid. I don't want them to be deceived. And finally, there is something you did not analyze. That people, they were telling you that 20 May, our prime minister will appear in court. But somebody that is inside have actually told us today that there was nothing like such news in Finland. I don't know when the Nigerians are carrying fake news. And this fake news is destroying the nation, their so-called country. So that's why we have to leave that contraption immediately, with immediate effect. Thank you, Biafra. You have been doing very great. God bless you. And bless Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. I heard that very news. They said May. And when I went through the news, they said that Finland police is the one that told them. I don't know when Punch newspaper or Vanguard became, a friend of Finnish, the so-called Finland top police officer. So, so there's a platform which I visit. There's a Finland platform that I visit when I want to read the story about our prime minister, in case if nobody tells me from the government. I have a platform, a Finnish platform, where I visit to read the stories of our prime minister. So Biafrans are aware, they know where they go to receive their own information. So any information you did not hear from Biafra Unite, you did not hear it from any other certified Biafra government, a media platform, and you listen to the zoo, and then you carry that information like that, running up and down. You're on your own. Oh, you are on your own. I cannot even help you. Thank you, my brother. God bless you for your wonderful contribution. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Nicholas H. Nicholas H.
Yes.
Or Nicholas Eck. Please grab the microphone and talk to their friends.
Yeah. Good evening. Biafra
Can
Unite.
you be audible? Can you be audible and be closer to your microphone, please?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. I came late to join the program. I didn't follow through all the issues that is you are talking about. Nevertheless, we are very happy in this end of in Africa where we are. So we are happy. We enjoy the program at Finland. So we are very happy. It was very excited, mostly when they bring those cultural dances. I just feel like I am in Europe already. So this is the thing that they don't want to happen, to which our prime minister has told us that he will bring Finland to us, and that's what we are looking forward to. Even though we have advanced in age, nevertheless, I'm happy if it is happening even at my 90s. I believe God will keep me alive. Thank you.
God bless you. It's not going to happen in your 90s. It is already happened. It has already happened, and it is happening in your own eyes. Thank you for your contribution as we move. All right, Carlo, God's power, please grab the microphone.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
What I want to contribute is to contribute about what the man was saying about Biafrans. I think that they were thinking that maybe it's the time to confuse some Biafrans, but they don't know that we have gone beyond all those stories. Normally, I call it Chakabu story, because I listened from the beginning of the would I call it interview, because even the journalist is even making sense more than the man.
Imagine.
So I think he was even confused, even when the journalist was trying to correct him. So what I believe in the zoo is a lost. I will say it's a lost state. They have lost the battle and they know it. I have been following everything going on in the zoo, going on, even what our PM is doing. All I have to say there is that we have got our freedom. That is final. They can never took us back. We have gone beyond the stage to go back. So, and I would like to encourage my fellow Biafrans to stand and stay focused. And I believe very soon we all will be going back home. So that is only thing I have to add. And I would like to thank you also, because you are helping a lot of us. You are helping us a lot. Most of us living in the diaspora, that we don't have anything, at least anyhow, to get what is going on in the homeland, both in the different part of the world. And I thank you so much, because you have been giving us what we need.
Thank you,
so
man. Thank you.
So, sir, thank Thank you very much. That is the only thing I have to say this morning. Thank you very much.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you, Wachineke. All right. We are going to watch and listen to this video till the end, which has about 3 more minutes, and then we will call it a day.
And declaring their results with that kind of moonlight, if there's any such word, victory, is a step in the right direction. It's a step in the right direction. We are giving them the opportunity, and they didn't manage it very well. If Peter Obi had stayed with PDP and he had stayed with Atiku, perhaps we won't be saying what we are saying.
When you say giving them the opportunity,
Yes.
it sounds like, I mean, it's a favor that is being done them. It is their right if they, want to.
Hope you can hear
as much
the.
Nigerian as any other tribe, as any other ethnicity or political party. So I don't know. It does sound somehow.
Please let me know in the comment section if you can hear their voice. Can you hear their voice? Let me know in the comment section, please.
Well, we say we are giving them an opportunity.
Why I said that is, the narrative is that, oh, everybody is against us. Everybody is against us. And we're saying, no, we are embracing, we're carrying everybody along. If you're saying everybody is
not my own voice, the voice from the of course, the station, the voice from the video. If you can hear their voice, let me know in the comment section, please.
We're against you, then it means that the right some people are enjoying, you are not enjoying the right. So what I mean is that there was an election, everybody was given the right to vote, and you exercise that right. Nobody stopped you. Assuming they stopped you.
But they were stopped from voting in Lagos.
Well, I'm not aware of that. I'm not aware of that. I just saw newspaper.
You're not aware of that.
I'm not aware.
He said he's not aware of that. That people were stopped from voting in Lagos, and he was in Nigeria, yet he wasn't aware of it. Even a Lagos monarch, Oba of Lagos State, came out on video facing camera to tell you that any Igbo man that does not vote for APC Tinubu will be thrown into the lagoon. And he didn't hear it because he is biased. He is biased. You should go and analyze this rubbish to the zoo animals. We, the Biafrans, have left you already, and we are not looking back.
There was a very popular video of MC Oromo threatening people from Iyachukwu's.
We saw those
come out to vote.
We saw those videos.
There was violence that was meted against people who were coming out, who were their polling units, and it was targeted against the same ethnic.
Yeah, we saw those videos. Some people, yes, those are. MC Oromo is an agent of government. Some people go out of their way to make certain incendiary remarks. When they make those remarks, governments can go after them.
But the government didn't go after them, and it's not just that the government go after them. There are people who are currently working on them, and this is not in.
Imagine they called you for interview, then you end up messing up. You end up messing up. Even the people interviewing you have already seen that your IQ is very, very low.
Dieting anybody.
It's either you're trying to be politically correct, or you are just, you are just an ignorant. You are just an idiot who is ignorant of the current happenings in the same Nigeria where you live. You are not in diaspora, you live here, but you are ignorant of the current affairs.
I just want to lay out the fact that people currently working on that governor, the executive governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who, left to them, their main reasons for being there is to be anti-IPOB or to destroy all the IPOB or the Igbo sentiments online. So it feels like the whole foundation of these people's election campaign in 2023 was simply targeting the Igbos. So it's and you cannot deny that those things exist.
Some people, in any society there will be people who are ultra, there will be conservatives, there will be liberals. And what I'm saying is that those people are not agents of government. Where they exist,
I'm talking about the aides of the government.
Then where those exist, then the government should call them to order. The governor should
So that's what the criticism leveled against the government has been, the fact that
MC Oluomo is still working for the same government today. And this idiot is here saying that these people who threaten the Igbos are not agents of the government. Hey, hello, Mekwalo. These are the reasons why we had no other option if not to exit Nigeria, and that is what we have done. And the battle, I want to use this opportunity to encourage every Biafran to make sure that you support this. But this is now this war now has gone beyond what you used to know. This war now has more, or should I say those who are executing it now has more, more roles to play, more responsibilities to carry, and more things to do, both on the diplomatic aspect of it and of course on the arms aspect of it. You must support financially and support from the depth of your heart. Support from the depth of your heart in order for us to, of course, defend the Biafra. Remember, our PM usually say two things. We will redeclare Biafra and defend it. A lot of you will be asking, now you have declared Biafra. Why are we still in Nigeria? Redeclaring Biafra and defending it is a different ball game. They are two different things. But redeclaring Biafra is going to usher the way of defending it, both on ground and of course in the diaspora. On the diplomatic aspect of it, and all need fund. So you must rise up to occasion. All Biafrans rise up to the occasion. Support Biafra with your finance in order for Biafra Republic government in exile to do the rest for you. Since all the structures are being laid down, that's why it is possible for Biafrans to gather and redeclare Biafra in Finland, because the structures are being laid down by the Prime Minister. I will bring 3 more persons from the studio, and after that, we'll call it a day. 3 more persons, please. Once you come here, use 2 minutes, please, to address Biafrans. Chidex, please grab the microphone, Chidex. Chidex, can you hear me?
Good evening, sir.
Okay, go ahead. You are about to be removed now. Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to address the Biafra. In this great time now, we all need to gather and ensure that we are one. Of the problem we are facing in our own location here, especially the state. We save ourselves. Like today, I witnessed many things in the zone, so which is very bad. And the issue is that the news, many people that corrupt our own side, they got news from different places that is fake. So please, let's try to improve ourselves in better news that make our land. Understand? So that's my little advice to the Biafran. But pray that God will help.
Thank you so much. Please, once you are speaking, endeavor to be audible and go closer to your device. Get closer to your microphone so that Biafrans can hear you. The previous commentator, I can tell you honestly, I did not hear anything that he said. All right, Erasmus, please grab the microphone.
Thank you very much, Biafra United. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Congratulations, Biafra. Every Biafra, anywhere, wherever you are, big congratulations on our declaration. So, Biafra United, You have been like the rock since when Mazuna Kano was kidnapped. See, we got to this point. You have been the rock. Consistency. The only reason I joined this thing, I need to speak with you. I don't have the contact I have. If I don't go, it doesn't go again. Do you have a WhatsApp number apart from link that I can use to talk to you?
Yes, you have been. You are an old person here. You're supposed to know that there is a WhatsApp number for Biafra
No, I don't
Unite.
have it. I don't. The one I have was the old one before you went out for some time. So most times when I join through the link. I don't come. But this time around, the work you did before, you need to do it again. It's very important. That's why I want to call you.
This is the new number. It is right there on your screen. You can screenshot it and then
Okay. I will
save
do
it
that
when
immediately.
you are free.
I will do that immediately.
All right.
I will do
Thank you,
that immediately.
man.
Thank you very much.
All right. This last person, I think you just spoke a couple of minutes ago. Chidex, you are the one that spoke a couple of minutes ago. All right. Of course, we are going to call it a day from here. We are going to, of course, let all of us to sleep and rest against tomorrow. It's already a new day. This is 20 minutes past 12 a.m. in Biafra time, in Biafra land. According to the announcement during the closing stages of the redeclaration of Biafra Day 4, today, which is the 3rd of December 2024, there will be a solidarity march for our Prime Minister, His Excellency Ekpa Simon Ekpa. There's going to be a solidarity march for our Prime Minister in Finland, not here in Biafra land, in Finland. For those of you who may think, I know you all love the Prime Minister so much, you want the Prime Minister out as soon as possible. You are not asked, allowed, or permitted by the Biafran government to march in the streets of Biafra, because the war of guerrilla is going on. So citizens should always mind their security, because you know what the terrorists do? Once they have been defeated in the forest, they will come to the public to commit mayhem. And we have been able to let them know that this your propaganda against innocent Biafrans, using innocent Biafran lives to carry out propaganda, and your destination cannot in any way stop the fight for freedom. So, of course, there will be solidarity march for our Prime Minister tomorrow, or today, if I may say. So if it is something that will be televised, be rest assured to receive the video and, of course, the program from Biafra Unite platform. Thank you all. May God bless you. I will call it a day from here. I don't want to talk too much again, because we still have a lot of things to do moving forward. Thank you all. From me from here, it is good night.